Welcome to The Jump. I'm Rachel Nichols. We are recapping all of the biggest storylines of the NBA draft. Look who I got hanging out with me. Amin Hassan.
Hey.
Brian Windhorst.
Yes.
Jackie McMullen.
Yes.
Fran Fraschilla.
Yes.
We love having you on the crew. So much fun. Time, of course, we have to indoctrinate Fran into one of our favorite games on The Jump. Something.
Nothing.
Or everything. It's always everything.
It's just always everything. First up, DeAndre Ayton went first overall to the Suns. He has said in the past that he and Devin Booker could be Kobe and Shaq 2.0. Is this, Brian Windhorst, something, nothing, or everything?
It's something, Rachel. I thought the Suns had a great night, not only getting who a lot of people think has the highest ceiling in the draft in Ayton, who's a local guy, played at Arizona, first ever Wildcat to be taken #1.
Finished his high school years in Phoenix.
Trade back in to get back into the lottery to get Mikal Bridges out of Philadelphia. Plus, they have Booker there already. They have a 3-pack of players right there who they can build with going forward. We'll have to see how it plays out, but certainly a great night to be a Sun.
Former Suns employee, Amin Hassan, who has not been the most positive person about the franchise on national television. How do you feel about them after this draft?
I think this is everything. I think this is a big deal for them. They have, at least offensively, the makings of an inside-outside attack. You got a guy, Coach Kokoshkov, who's a very creative X's and O's coach. He's going to use those guys to the best of their abilities. Now the work begins, right? So this isn't a cure-all. This isn't like drafting LeBron. Everything will be awesome from here on out. Now they actually have to work. But I think this is a great night for them.
Everything.
Ooh.
They've got hope.
Yeah.
That's what they have. They have hope. They have potentially a franchise center. They've added a terrific wing player in Mikal Bridges. They have good pieces. I love the coach. Igor is an offensive mastermind. We saw it in Utah. And for a team with no hope before tonight, they have everything.
I think it's everything for all those reasons, but for another reason too. The pressure's kind of on now, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pressure's on because you've got talent around you now. You've got young guys, and you're going to give them time to grow. But how much time? Not a ton of time.
Booker's going to be up for an extension.
Booker's going to be up.
And it's the Western Conference.
Right.
It's hard.
Right. But I think with Booker, because Booker to me is still very, very special, and you got to hang on to him. And he's got to come in with the right frame of mind with all these young players and be willing to take on a lot of responsibility for a very young player.
I mean, it's crazy. He was the youngest player in the league his rookie
It's a
year,
lot. So
right?
there's a lot of pressure on Ryan McDonough, the GM.
The Mavs trading for the Hawks draft rights to Luka Doncic, who went #3, and they will, of course, pair him with Dennis Smith Jr. in Dallas. Amin, is this trade something, nothing? I want to know if this full screen is something, nothing, or everything. I wanted the whole outfit on Luka.
That full screen is definitely something. But Doncic to the Mavs is everything. I was very high on him. I thought he was the best prospect in the draft. I think that when you talk about the ability to anticipate plays like he does.
Look at that.
To basically basketball, calm down, Luka. Basketball-wise, see the future. He can do that on the court, and I think when you pair him with Dennis Smith, we talk about positionless basketball a lot, but it's not just about having big wings and guys that can post up whatever. It's also about who's the point guard. Doesn't matter.
Right.
From any different possession, you can get great passing and playmaking without having a designated playmaker or passer. It's one of the reasons why I think Golden State is so special, because they have so many guys who can all beat you with the pass. So I think this is tremendous for Dallas.
Fran, you've been talking about Luka for months now.
Yeah.
Now that you finally see where he fits, what do you think?
I think it's something. I don't think it's everything, but I think it's something. They have a good culture there. Rick Carlisle's one of the best coaches in the league. You still got Dirk as a mentor. You've got a nice young backcourt, Harrison Barnes. They're competitive. I think they're not going very far up that ladder in the West, but they definitely are on the right track. And as Dirk retires and cap space opens up, this becomes a good destination in the future because this kid is a facilitator. He makes everybody around him better, and as he gets more pieces around him, they'll be better.
Hear that, Jackie? When Dirk retires 6-7 years from now.
Yeah, right. Right.
What do you think?
I'm with Fran. I think it's something. I can't quite call it everything because I don't think it all of a sudden vaults them into contention or anything. But I do think where they were picking, everyone had them down for Mo Bamba. That made no sense to me at all. They need somebody to complement Dennis Smith on the floor, to take some of the pressure off him, to help facilitate, but also he's a scorer, too. Doncic is a scorer.
Yeah,
he can score. So I think it takes a lot of pressure off a young player that I thought near the end of the season was trying to do too much, because too much is being asked of him, really.
I think it's everything because it's a really interesting commentary on where these two organizations are. This is a bit of a risk because Doncic is a guy who some people think is going to be a special player, some people think is going to be a decent contributor. So not only are the Mavs taking him, they move up 2 spots. They give up a first-round pick for next year. It's only top 5 protected. That could end up being a very valuable pick.
That's true.
It's very clear here that the Hawks, and Travis Schlenk, who's early in his general managing career, was not comfortable with making this selection and putting, rolling the dice with Doncic. Took a much safer, much more comfortable pick in Trae Young. And so he trades out of this, but what if Doncic becomes a star? Mark Cuban looks like a genius. Travis Schlenk looks like a fool. What happens if something else happens?
you can come hang out with us.
I don't even think Trae Young is a
spend time with us.
Sure bet. Why do you think that's a sure bet?
So it may not be. I'm just saying.
All right.
Well, I mean, like, that's sort of my point, though. It's not like he traded it for a sure bet. Like, a sure bet to me is Marvin Bagley third.
All right, we got to get to this because this was amazing. In his post-draft interview, Colin Sexton already recruiting LeBron back, talking about how we can go to the finals. 8th overall, Bryant is drafting Sexton something, nothing, or everything, especially considering that guy on the left. And, oh, wait, what jersey is he wearing in this graphic?
It's everything because let me tell you how big-chested Colin Sexton is. Not only is he talking about going back to the finals, not knowing what's happening with LeBron, but he's taking jersey number 2. He is going to wear Kyrie Irving's jersey, which I want to point out. I wonder if Kyrie Irving's jersey is going to get retired. I was thinking it was retired.
Is that a wonder?
Wow. We're going to go to break real quick.
Well, they just
Who knows who'll be on set? We'll see in a minute.